Right, I'm going to do these tags up today. You might have seen me do this in a previous video, just with odd bits that were left over. And I'm going to totally transform them, you know what I mean? I'm going to use a palette knife. I'm not very good with a palette knife, actually. So I'm going to try and use it more often. I tend to use credit cards and things like that. So I'm just going to sort of gesso and totally change them, really. But just have a bit of fun with them and see what happens. I'm not going to worry about, you know, what's underneath and what isn't, because I'll most probably do some texture on them. Use a stencil, something. Just okay. Let's go down there. Cat hair. Okay, we'll dry them off. So I'm going to leave this out all the time now and use it, and it'll be my go-to rather than a card. Right, so that's all dry. I'm going to add a bit of spray first. This one I'm going to use a bit of pink, maybe a bit of blue as well on it, because I do want to do something blue. So I've got those. I got tumbled glass, which it might not work. Just like greeny. I don't know. It's pink. Cerise. I'm shaking that one. And that's like a pinky colour. These I've had ages, so that's those. I'll leave that one now. I might use that as well. That's a sort of greeny blue. This one is Distress Oxide, old paper, and then another Lindy's one, which is sun loving, summer loving sun. That one. Okay, right. Okay, that's those. Just gonna put a bit on there. A bit of pink on this one first. Oh, this one that might not work. That's all right. So, do that. Okay. Bit of yellow. Oh, it's orange. I thought it was yellow. It's orange. Don't you just love it? Yeah, I do have a lot of fun when I do things like this. I'm going to definitely have some of that there. Okay. Right, these are just sort of really, really transparent with shimmer in. So, okay, I do want a bit more pink there, but this one is not working. Oh, I didn't put any blue on after all that. Okay, that'll do for now. I'm going to dry that off. Yellow is quite nice. I have a little bit down here actually. Okay, blue. Okay, not too for now. Not the right blue, but just remember I've got wax on here, so I can't use this one. And need to stick that down. I've got this nice envelope here that's been gessoed, massive. So we can work on that. Might be fun. Right, okay. Okay, right, I'm going to have some of the crayons now, I think. Tim Holtz ones. This is the colour I wanted. So I'm going to sort of go over that. Like that. And just change that tone a little bit. Yep. Oh, that one was peacock feathers. This one is peeled paint. That's another colour I quite like. This is actually quite random what I'm doing here, yeah. Because I'm going to gesso over the top again. So a bit of pink. And this is pickled raspberry. It's like boho colours again. That's because someone mentioned they was doing a boho journal to me yesterday, and that's it, it's a leafle. Because it was like, right, everything's now boho colours. Okay, totally different, isn't it? This is fossilized amber, which that's another one colour. This is a real beautiful yellow, actually. That's the one I really like. So I'm just going to come in there about. Yeah, I do like it quite dark when I do these to start off with, because they do fade a bit. So I love this colour down here. That's it. Put them in there. Okay, now I'm going to ink up, and then I'm going to spritz with water, and then I'm going to go over the top with this with stencil. Okay, on this one, I'm going to do this one a little bit more modern. Okay, I'm going to stamp the image and keep the colour of all this background in that, but I'm going to send the background with, I'm going to re-gesso it, so all you see is the colour coming through. I used to do that a bit with art journaling, and I used to quite like the effect, so it's quite nice to give that a go again. And that's the stamps I'm using. Okay, so that's quite a modern one. And the other one, I'm gonna do some stenciling, so that's what I'm gonna do. So while this gesso one is drying, we can, oh, archival black soot there. For this technique, you do need to use something that's quite permanent, so I quite fancy some of this sort of pink and blue in it. So I'm going to do that one there first. I should have had a sponge, really. Oh, that's there. I do need a bit of sponge. I need a bit of spring. Okay. And there. That's better. See the difference? It just gives that little bit of sponginess, especially when it's an uneven surface. I think, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to heat set that a little bit. Would I put just in here? I'll use that as a palette, I think. Dry my brush off quite a bit. It's been in water, so right. And then I'm going to knock all this back. If it does this, don't worry, you can bring that line back. Okay, and that can dry now. And I shall do that. Yeah, go mad again. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil, okay, with the gel plate, this, and then I'm going to bury it onto here, okay, and then I'm going to use that as a stamp onto the actual tag. So I'll get a bit on here. Let's turn that around. This, oh, I'll tell you the colour in a minute. It gives a nice subtle effect. Like that. Usually better if I haven't got any on there, but it's okay. The colour I like using is Payne's Grey. Yeah, so, okay, what I'm going to do though is just get that about there, which I can because that's, we'll go back to the gesso there, like that. But I will she's going to pick it up that way, I think. Hold on, I need a bit of paper. I think it's better if I do that. Some there. Okay, that's really lovely. Love that. Okay, I'll do the same here. Quite like that now. So, let's just pick this up. Do this on your big plate. I've just got this small one. Okay. Shouldn't do this really. I'll get into a mess, but I quite fancy putting it on there. I love this colour. Do a bit more on there, couldn't we? Yeah. That's better. Want a bit more here. Okay, yeah, I've got some nice marks on there. I'm going to leave that. So that one's really nice. I prefer that one to that one. That looks a bit messy now, but that one's actually really good. Okay, and yeah, it's cool. Oh, got nice markings on there, look, from the stencil. So turn it over. should have my art journaling book out really. Right, so on with the tags then. Right, I will say that when you do this, you can actually colour your book page, yeah, and stamp on that, and then cut them out and put them on. Yeah, this is just another way of getting to the same sort of thing, really. So I just thought I'd have a go at it because I haven't done it for years. Used to do it with card making. What I'm going to do next is add a little bit of colour, but I am going to use what do you call it, thing to cover it. Oh gosh, you could buy stuff that was stick on there years ago. I just use stick-it notes. I dare say you can still do it. So mask. Oh gosh. All right, so I'm going to mask this. Can I get the right? That's there. Okay. I usually got a bag of masks. I haven't got these ones though, so I've started a new bag. I have no idea where all my other stuff is. That's there, I think. Not sure whether that's sticky on that bit. No. I'm just going to do just put a tiny bit of prick stick on because it's the other way around, that one, so just a little tiny bit. That'll peel off okay. Do that. So now we can add a little bit of colour, and I want to dry that off and then add a bit of stamping in between. So what colour should we go for? Old paper. I'm going to try that one. Oh, need me envelope. Got my new one. This is a massive envelope. Oh, yeah, I didn't put much glue on there. Just have a bit more. If any. That was, what was that? That was old paper. This is tumbled glass. Oh, I don't want it to come out too much. Delish. And we do need a little bit of pink, but I'm going to dry that first. Right, I am going to use the pink distress crayons, okay, for simple reason I want it more directional, okay, and I'm going to put a stencil over this and relief some of this as well. So I sort of, it doesn't matter for this, it's only for spraying when I stencil time. Get one of the little ones. I think I'll get the one that I know, which is that one. I really like that one. And I'm going to do it with a wet wipe, I think. Okay, yeah, like that. Dry that off. And just say I'm going to stitch around that at the moment, and then I'll see what words I want, but I'm actually really liking that now. Okay, it's just you're doing it back to front rather than, you know, you could, like I said, you can, it still look, these look like they've been cut out and put on there, but they haven't. You've just used the colour of what you created on the background and then pushed everything back, and then you've gone in behind it with a stencil. Just a little technique that used to be a lot of fun with card making. I used to do it a lot. Oh, it's been a few years, but about 10 years since I've done that. Right, I'm going to go and stitch around it first, and then I'm going to stitch around it in black, and I need to do a little bit of repair here. A little bit coming up, look. So just get the glue out. And then I'll be stitched over that as well. So right, I went ahead and, as you know, stitched it, and then I went ahead and done these. That was like the same stamp set. I thought those 3 words do mean a lot to me, actually. Kindness, hope and tranquility. Okay, that was on the same one as that, so that was handy. I didn't have to look for anything. I stamped and embossed it. I've got videos, so if you look at my embossing dangle videos, there's loads of videos on embossing and that, so there's no point in me keep showing you the same thing. Then I used a little bit of, it was looking a bit flat, you know, dull, even though the colours I loved. So I just put some distress glaze and micro glaze on, brilliant for, you know, things like that. So I put a bit of that on and then buffed it up. Made a little dangle, which is great because I could use my silver ones. I've got quite a lot of. And just put a bit of pink sari silk in the top. Yeah, and the back was green anyway because it was a bit of scrapbooking paper. So this, you know, I do feel that maybe this is a little too subtle, but I really didn't want to go too strong because I didn't want to, you know, just distract away from these ones. Yeah, so, but I think it's worked, if you can see. I mean, it looks, to me, I can see all this, you know, all the stencil, and I really like it. So it's nice and subtle. There we go. And this is interesting, you know, what we've got going on in there. Yeah, and that's a little dangle there. Right, so that one will go in my art journal, which I've been doing, as you know, sort of art journal come whatever, really. So, oh, I done, yeah, I sat and done that the other day. I put it on Instagram. It was so funny. This bit of paper was in the background, and I think there's been a few people drawing faces recently. So of course, when I get that in my head, because I love drawing faces, it's, you know, that's one of my things where I just really enjoy doing it. And this bit of paper was there, and I was making tags and doing something else, and I got to draw something. I think I drew it with the pencil I had here. And then I tried to sort of blend it in a bit, but actually I just feel that it does need a little bit of depth here. I took a picture of it, and I thought, oh, I must just add a bit in there. So it's a bit hollow there. Bow neck, so I shall blend that bit out. But yeah, so that's working there at the moment, and so I'm leaving it. And I thought, yeah, we're coming on. I found these the other day, a bit of scrap. Oh, they weren't very nice, like scrapbooking ones, but I thought, you know what, they're going to go in here. So they're just lying around. Right, so I liked that colour against there, but it doesn't match that, so I'm going to the other side, you know, so we've got here, matches that, or we could go right over here. Oh, have I got another bit of that? Yeah, I have. Here we go. And it could be on here, and then we could do this whole sort of page to do with that colour there, because I made the tag. So what I'm going to do, I don't really want it in, no, I'd quite like to show it all, really. Not even there, you see. it works. So I'm just going to pin that in because I'm going to work around that page with the tag we'd made, you see. So do that, and I think that's working there. So yeah, got some nice colour going on. Ooh, it's bright. There's my circle page, practice for my Rolodex. Yeah, and I've got to change that. Actually, that I'm warming to that blue with that because it's picking up this little bit of blue here. So I might actually leave that on there and then glue that in. Yeah, I think I might because it's actually working. I wasn't sure at first. Oh no, I need purple or it's another colour, but I just saw it then and I thought, oh yes, we are working. So I'm going to leave it. Thank you, little bit of blue there. Right, so on with the other tags now. The other tags are more, I think they would go in there. They're very arty. I really like this one. That one I find a little bit messy. That one is, and I love the way this text is poking through here. It's just worked beautifully. And that was the Payne's grey on top of that, and that went really well. Really like that. Yeah, so if you look at this one, it's just a little bit messy for me, but you know, whatever we put on it might change it. So we can always change it anyway, but because what do we do when in doubt? We get the gesso out. Right, so these two are next. Oh, they might go in my journal as well, you know, because they're too big for my little one I'm doing. Never know, I think they would. Oh look, it's gonna, isn't it? Yeah. This is not funny. I'm looking at this now and thinking, yeah. So let's see where we might put that. It even goes at that. It's got to be here somewhere. So that pocket was going to go there, but, and that's already got a big tag in from there. Oh look, yeah, that goes as well. Gosh. That definitely goes there. Or shall we do it with that one? And I might keep that for a journal. So we can change this one. We might even be able to add a bit of pink or something, you know. So I'm putting this in because it's the original bit. I think I'm going to go for that. Yep. Well, I'm leaving that one. Perfect. I'm not doing that one up. Leave it in there. That's perfect. And then I'll just do this one up. And that's going to most probably go in the journal of mine. Right. I'm going to tidy up the colours and everything because I've still got all them out, and then I'll be back. Right. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a topper for quickness for today. I looked through, because I've done these recently, didn't I, the little toppers, and there was some that was orange. A lot of these, this one looks beautiful, but it covers quite a lot of what I want to say. I do actually quite like that one. Yeah, and this one I thought that was quite nice as well. Even all this, you know, goes with what we've done, but that's covering up the bit yellow that I'm liking, you know what I mean, and that needs to go there. So this one, the colours go, but it's a bit big. And I've got this one with the Tim Holtz butterfly. That was just very simple. Yeah, I just put those three bits of stuff together and then just put a butterfly on. That works beautifully. Now I like this one because it's smaller, and I can, because I like what's going on in the background, I really like that. So I don't really want to cover it up much. So I thought a little bit of William Morris, just a bit, just for an added texture. Bit of this colour, which I think I'll go that way. That's why I've inked it up that way, like that. And then, oh, I just need to come out just a bit. And that there. Or shall we have blue the other side? Let me have a look the other way. Sorry, I'm just seeing that blue there, and there's not much blue here, so I might go the other way around. I'm not sure. Go there. Make that. Let's have a look. Oh, fiddly fingers today. Or you just stick it down this way. Right, I'm going to hold that up. Actually, yeah, I'm liking that better. Okay, can't really see the William Morris there, so I will arrange it so that you can. And I've got my bit of yellow, and I think that blue there. Yeah, that was that bit of paper that I said that's printed out with the inkjet. It's really, really saturated, but it's just great for contrast. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stick that down and stitch all the way around, and then come back to you. Here we go, all done. Okay, so I just stitched over the butterfly quite like that, and I add one of these words, and what I do, I put the foam stuff on 3/4 of the way there because there was a little bit of a lump there. Okay, so glued that flat, and then we got 3D foam on that bit. Okay, then it looks visually correct, or else it tends to go a bit sort of lumpy looking. But I have a feeling that's going to go in my journal as well. Yes, so because that one's going there anyway, and because I've got some more of these papers I've got here, and look, and I could change that actually to a dark blue, even though that still goes, but I could change that to a dark blue, definitely. But I don't think I've got any handy, but that's working beautifully. Yeah, so that's going to go there. Oh, and I've got that one on that page because I was wondering what to put there. So now I know we've got a pocket. I mean, it's going to go there as well, but I'm going to incorporate a bit of red, I think, in that one there. So I think that's going to go there. For now, it could all change. I actually haven't got a small one here. Right, and what I could do on there is write the technique on the back as well. I'm not sure, and I could put it in as a flip so I could actually read what technique was used there. Oh yeah, didn't think of that. It's this one that's not right because of this red, but that all goes. Right, leave it now. I can always try something else. I'm happy with that. I'm going to do it. Like that. That's what I stamped. On a bit of, whatever they're called. And I'm keeping it there because that's what we need to tell ourselves every time we do something arty. Art has no rules. You've got to be free. That's the whole point of it. Be free. Yeah. And just create. Not creating for anybody. Yeah. It's for you. It's for your benefit. It helps you. I know we all, don't get me wrong, we all look at our work and think, oh, it's rubbish. Or, we do. We're all guilty of it. Even the best artists do that. Well, we learn to live with, yes, we're going to feel like that, but don't let it stop us making art. Okay? Right. That's your lecture for today. I am going now. I'll leave you all alone. Take care, everyone. Happy crafting and have fun. Bye.